What's up, beauties and handsomes? Today we are going to be getting in some recovery, doing a lot of stretching, and all you're going to need is your mat. So grab that and meet me back here. Alright, so we are starting on all fours, and we're just going to take a few breaths here. Just really getting the body ready for all the stretching that we are about to do. And I'm sorry if you hear me sniffing a whole lot. My nose just started running out of nowhere. A few more breaths here. As we go into stretching, and if this is your first time doing yoga, the main thing I want you to remember is to breathe. Slow, controlled breaths. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Trying not to overstretch. That is most important. You want to feel the stretch, but not to the point that you pull a muscle. We're stretching them, but we're not trying to tear them out the socket, all right? From here, we're going to bring that left arm underneath that right arm and lay onto that shoulder. Now, it will seem natural for your hips to drop over to the side of the extended arm. Try to make sure you keep them stacked on top of one another so that you're really feeling a good stretch in that upper back. If you would like more of a stretch, you can extend that top arm, keeping the arm away from the ear. Again, taking slow breaths, breathing in and out through the mouth. Breathing in and out through the mouth. So while we're sitting here, I just want to talk to you a little bit about stretching and why it's so important. For me, I feel that it's really important that you stretch because your body undergoes so much tension when you're working it out on a regular, or even if you're not working out on a regular, even if you're just sitting for long periods of time during the day, or you have a job where it requires a lot of labor. Regardless, we put our bodies under a lot of tension, whether we're still or not, all throughout the day. And so it's a good idea to stretch, a deep stretch, at least 1 or 2 times a week, just to relieve your body of some of that tension that you put on it daily. And it also helps with your performance when you're working out. The looser the muscles, the more range of motion that you have in your body. All right, we're slowly taking that top arm back, pushing up through the palms to bring that left arm back up so that we're on all fours. Now we're going to bring that right arm through, coming onto that shoulder. Again, making sure that you keep the hips stacked. And extending that top arm if you would like. This is a great upper back stretch, so if you have a lot of tension in that area, this should feel amazing. So good. And we're going to hold it here for a few breaths. Again, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. And I know I've already said this, but I cannot stress this enough. Your focus should be on loosening up the muscles and not how deep you can stretch, because everybody's flexibility is different. I know when I first started, I could barely do anything, to be completely honest. My body was so tight, and I did not realize how tight my body was, even though I wasn't working out like crazy. I was still sitting for long periods of time when I was working in fast food, or sitting for long periods of time when I was at home or at school. And I didn't realize how much stress I put on my body just doing those simple things. So I slowly started stretching. Again, I was not flexible at all. And I just did what I could. And the more you stretch, the more flexible you will become. So don't rush it. Just continue to practice, and you'll see that you're able to do more as you continue to do it. Alright, so let's bring that top arm back, pushing through the palm to bring up that right arm. From here, we're going to bring our knees on the outside of the mat. We're going to sit our butt back into our heels as we extend those arms forward and come down into child's pose. Resting that forehead on the ground. Really pushing into those heels. And this is a great stretch to elongate the back from top to bottom. Just taking a few deep breaths here. So we're going to be doing a slower sequence for the first 15 minutes. I think we're already a few minutes in. And then for the second 15 minutes, we're going to be doing a more fast-paced sequence. Still stretching, still yoga. Just picking up the intensity a little. Alright, slowly coming back up onto all fours. And we're getting ready to go into a cat-cow. If you don't know what a cat-cow is, follow along with me. So we're going to tuck in that tailbone, bringing the navel into the back, creating like an arch in the back. And we're going to exhale, bringing that tailbone and nose up to the sky. Bringing it back in. And taking it back out. Do that a few more times here. Bringing it in. And taking it out. So some people may find the yoga workouts to be the hardest because it requires a lot of patience, a lot of calmness, and a lot of times we are not used to being calm and taking time to just meditate. We're so on the go that we don't take this time. And I can't speak for everyone else, but I know personally this has helped me a lot. It just makes you slow down and just enjoy where you are in life. It just makes you take the time to evaluate your life and where you are, and to find things to be grateful for, to be thankful for. Taking it out one more time. Good job. So now we are going to push off of the balls of the feet into downward dog. So you can lift up and then drop those heels to come into that downward dog. You can pedal it out. Whatever works for you. Slowly get into movement in those calves and those hamstrings. And we're just gonna hold it here for a few seconds. Now we're gonna bring that right leg up to the sky dropping it out to the side, really opening up those hip flexors. And we're gonna bring that right foot through as we come into a forward lunge. Oh, I had to sneeze. From here, you can bring the hands on the inside of the foot. You can try coming down onto your elbows. If that is too much, you can just hold it here. That's perfectly fine. You want to try to make sure that you keep that back leg straight so that you're getting a really good stretch in that inner thigh. Okay, bringing those hands back onto opposite sides of the foot, stepping it up, keeping the knees slightly bent, grabbing your hands and bringing your chin down to your chest and bringing it into your knees. Really trying to get the forehead to the knees. And with this stretch, you should feel a slight tug in the spine. Perfectly through here. Again, not overstretching it, but just a slight tug at the muscles. Coming up halfway and then dropping it. That was way more than halfway. But we're dropping it back down, rounding that back, coming up halfway for real this time. Bringing those hands out in front of the feet and either jumping or stepping back into plank position. From here, we're dropping down, pushing up off of those palms, keeping the hips as close to the ground as possible as we come into upward dog. Remember to breathe, slow and controlled. Dropping it back down, coming back up into plank position, back into downward dog. Pedaling it out if need be. And just holding it here for a few seconds. All right, lifting that left leg, dropping it out to the side. Bringing it through to come into a forward lunge. Again, you can bring those hands on the inside of that foot, coming down onto those elbows. If not, practicing doing this will help you, because a few months ago I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even bring my elbows down this far. I was probably like right here. So practicing that over and over again will help you be able to bring those elbows down to the ground. All right, bringing those hands back on the opposite sides of the foot, stepping up, knees slightly bent, grabbing behind those knees, chin to chest, and bringing the forehead to those knees. Again, really feeling good, stretching that spine. Rolling up halfway, dropping it back down. Again, hugging those legs, bringing that forehead into the knees. Again, halfway, bringing those hands out in front of the feet, jumping it back or stepping it back into plank position. Dropping down, coming up into upward dog. Again, remember to breathe, squeezing those butt cheeks. Dropping it back down, Coming up into the plank position and into the downward dog. Now, this is where we are going to be going into the faster sequence. We're going to do it slow one time, and then the next few times until the 15 minutes is up, we're going to be speeding it up just a little. Bringing that right foot up, bringing it through those feet, through those hands, raising the arms overhead as we come into warrior one. I probably should have turned this way. Let me turn this way for you all. Okay, it's warrior one. Bringing those arms overhead, turning that back foot out, and leaning again into that front leg as we come into warrior two. From here, straightening that front leg. You can drop that front hand down to the ground, or you can keep it here as we come into triangle pose. Following those fingertips. Dropping those hands down to the ground. This is the tricky part, so take it slow. Coming on to that front leg. Raising those arms so that there's a straight line between the arms and the back foot for warrior three. Slowly dropping it back down. Now, here, also taking it slow. You're going to keep the knees bent, and you're going to come into chair pose. So this is if you're sitting in a chair, keeping the butt down, knees behind the toes. If you want more of a challenge, you can even add in a twist. Right? From here, stepping it or jumping it back. So you come back into downward dog. And we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So let me turn this way. Alright. Raising that left foot. Dropping it out to the side. Again, stepping it through. Bringing those arms up as we come into warrior one. Remember to breathe. Bringing those arms up. Turning that back foot out. Again, leaning into that front leg. Straighten that front leg. Come in into triangle pose. Again, if you need to keep your arm here, or if you have a block or something of some sort, that helps too. Chair, something that you can prop up on, especially if especially if you're a beginner. Right, stepping that back leg forward. And slowly coming into chair pose. Keeping the shoulders and the arms away from the ear. And you can twist it out you would like. Alright, slowly bring those hands back. Jumping or stepping back into the plank position. Coming up into downward dog. You know the moves. So from here, we're gonna speed it up just a little. I keep forgetting. Y'all know the moves, so I'm not gonna turn anymore. I keep forgetting. So we're gonna raise that right foot, drop it out to the side, step it forward, bringing those arms up, bringing those arms together, out into warrior two, straighten that leg, triangle pose, stepping it up, coming into chair pose, and you can twist it out, dropping it back down, jumping or stepping back into plank, back into downward dog. Bring the left foot up, dropping it out to the side, stepping it through into warrior one. Up, out, into warrior two. Remember to breathe. Straighten that front leg up into triangle pose. Y'all know what I forgot? Warrior three. We'll do that in the next sequence, okay? Bringing those arms and the feet to the front of the mat. Up into chair pose. And you can twist it out. Alright, taking it down, jumping back into downward dog. Alright, again, raising that left leg, dropping it out to the side, stepping it through, bringing it up. Oh, we just did this leg, but that's okay. We'll go to the other side next. Straighten it, triangle pose. This time we are going to do warrior three. So we're coming up onto that front leg, raising the arms so they're in line with the back leg. Slowly bring it down, sitting into that chair, and twist them if you would like. Taking it down, jumping back into that plank, back into downward dog. Bringing that right leg up, dropping it out, bringing it through for warrior one. Up, out for warrior two. Straighten that front leg for warrior three. Sorry, triangle pose. Bringing those arms to the opposite side of the foot. Coming up into warrior three. Bringing it down. Coming up into that chair pose. And twisting if you would like. Taking it back down. Jumping back into downward dog. But this time, we're going to drop onto those knees. Come back into child's pose. And just sit here for a minute. Slow and controlled breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, making sure that you keep the arms away from the ears. You can even drop those hands down to the side. And just breathe. From here, we're going to turn onto our backs as we get ready to end our session. And we're just going to lay here. Cause the dead corpse. It's a lot of names actually. But you're just extending all of your limbs and literally just laying here. Soaking in all that stretching that we just did. Just taking a moment to meditate on all that you've done in this past 30 minutes. You should feel relaxed, at ease, at peace. So we're going to lay here for a few more seconds. All right, from here, slowly rolling over onto our side so that we can come up into a seated position. Taking a deep inhale, bringing those hands together, bringing them down to the center of your chest. Namaste.